Welcome to our webinar. Thank you so much for joining. Today we will be going over taking great guest experiences to the next level. Let's get started. Brands such as Amazon, Starbucks, and Seamless interact with customers on a daily basis, showcasing their innovation and services. Many of these brands are leading on the customer experience front and setting the bar high for consumers' brand expectations. For example, Amazon has consumers receiving products on their doorstep in record time and at a very low cost. Starbucks gifted coffee drinkers with mobile functionality to streamline their daily coffee purchases. The food ordering service Seamless and a slew of dating apps raised expectations about what's possible in just a few taps or swipes. Travel and hospitality brands will increasingly find themselves subject to the same set of expectations. Those able to capitalize on these changing expectations with speed and agility are more likely to get their share of global travel growth. But what exactly are guest expectations? While different businesses offer consumers various products and services, there are overarching themes around how expectations are changing, and these generally center around authenticity, personalized experiences, removal of friction, and on-demand functionality. The guest experience starts with the travel planning and continues even after the guest leaves your property. Based on our research, we define a great guest experience as a seamless, comfortable, and effortless experience throughout the entire journey. So what do guests want out of their travel experience? There are some challenges to finding that out, as I'll explain in the next slide. There are some challenges when it comes to finding out what travelers want out of their guest experience. Infrequent travel makes it incredibly difficult for travel companies to capture enough behavioral data to determine actionable preferences. While mobile is helping digital travel companies establish customer identity, most online customers are still anonymous. Whereas companies like Spotify own the end-to-end experience of their products, holidays and business trips often involve shopping and purchase activity across a large number of websites and travel suppliers, making it difficult for travel companies to understand the big picture. Perhaps most importantly, consumers are different travelers on different trips. Travel behavior and preferences change dramatically depending on the context of a specific trip, such as traveling alone for business or taking a family holiday. It's very difficult for travel companies to predict intent before travel planners land on their website. In this session, we want to explain how you can leverage Booking.com services and products to achieve a great guest experience in every stage of the journey. We will cover this in 3 topics. Topic number 1, pre-stay, setting the right expectations, getting guest insights using analytics, customizing the property page using Content Store. Stay, delivering to guest expectations, approachability, being friendly and welcoming, direct communication through apps like Pulse, customer service, 24/7 availability in multiple languages. Last but not least, post-stay, improving the guest experience, using feedback in reviews to make changes. Pre-stay, setting the right expectations. You can understand who your customers are using a single customer view, which is a cohesive representation of all the data you have on your guests. This gives your data human form and makes it easier to anticipate what these customers expect. So how do you find the insights you need to put together this single customer view? You have all the tools you need. On your extranet, you can go to Analytics, then click on Booker Insights to get data on your guests, from where they're from, to why they're traveling, to which device they booked on. You can use these insights to make some simple changes that improve your guest experience. From this graph, we can see that this hotel has more international guests than domestic compared to their market average. In particular, guests from the UK, Netherlands, and Belgium. To make their property more pleasant for international guests, this hotel can consider adding a more international breakfast that appeals to guests around the world. Other ideas are to use Pulse so they can direct message with guests in their own language. From this graph, we can see that this hotel has more business guests than the market average. To make their property more comfortable for business guests, this hotel can make sure that there's fast Wi-Fi and silent spaces to work. It's also a good idea to highlight top business features on their property website, such as free Wi-Fi luggage storage, and breakfast. To really stand out in the business market, the Booking.com for Business program makes sure business-friendly properties are at the top of the search results page and even offers special deals for business properties. On this slide, we see that while bookers may have different profiles and expectations, one thing they have in common is that their time is precious. The numbers pictured show us just how important time really is. That's why your property page needs to be spot on. So what areas can you focus on when building the property page on Booking.com? From this heat map, you can see that the most important parts of your property page are the photos, and only 18% of the property description is read. That's why you need to craft your property page for a visual stay experience. With photos being the most important aspect when it comes to setting the right expectations for your guests, we've got a few tips related to the visual aspect of your property page. Add information about the unique aspects of your property, like its seaside location or extra large bathtubs. Upload high-resolution photos, including the exterior and the surroundings. Make your best room stand out. Upload photos of every bed and room type and label them clearly with simple facility breakdowns so guests can see what they get for the price. This is also helpful for upselling, as guests may choose a more expensive room type if they see a clear value in exchange for the price. Stay. Fulfilling expectations. In its 2017 Travel and Hospitality Outlook, Deloitte predicts that the customer experience will have a much bigger impact on customer retention than loyalty programs. So how can you make sure your guests have a great experience? We've identified the 3 most important aspects of the guest experience according to our bookers. Now we will dive a bit deeper into each. The service guests receive when they are at your property is one of the most important factors in creating great guest experiences. Our partner forum gives you access to thousands of partners who offer their tips and best practices when it comes to making guests smile. It's a place where you can ask questions and share advice with partners like you. Check out the forum for advice and discussions on hot topics from partners like you. Communication is key when it comes to happy guests. From the moment of booking to both during and after the stay, a direct messaging app lets you respond quickly and efficiently to guests. Our Pulse app is a flexible way to both manage your property and respond to guests directly with translations into their own language. This can be an especially great tool when you have international guests. Here's how it works. The messaging tab lets you instantly communicate with your guests just like in an instant messenger app. On top of that, you can easily create template messages and send them with a single click. The Availability tab lets you update your prices and availability per day on the calendar. By selecting a single day, you can change how many rooms to offer, and you can adjust the price of the room in the Show Rates section. The Bookings tab lets you view all your bookings for a specific date. You can see the main reservation information at a glance, such as approximate time of arrival, and you can let the guests know if the room is ready. If you click on the reservation, you can see all the details, and if the guest doesn't arrive, you can mark the reservation as a no-show at the bottom of the page. We strongly recommend using this app to stay on top of your reservations and connected with your guests. Find out how to download it on the Partner Help Center. Just like good service and clear communication, guests expect quick assistance in getting answers to their questions. According to recent research conducted by Booking.com, with 19,000 travelers in 26 countries, 50% of consumers don't mind if they deal with a real person or a computer, as long as their questions are answered. We also know that 80% of customers prefer self-service to get the information that they need. So how can you provide fast and efficient assistance to your guests? Booking Assistant is a self-service channel with a twist. It gets better the more it's used. It provides a user interface suitable for conversations, like easy form filling, natural language recognition, and other cool things you associate with chatbots. The best part is that when it doesn't know the answer, it asks a human who actually does. For us, AI is not about replacing human interaction. Rather, it's a vehicle that facilitates an even more personalized and frictionless travel experience for guests. Unlike other chatbots that are only focused on conversion conversations, one or two specific tasks, or upselling and stay services, the Booking Assistant chatbot has been built to respond to customers' most commonly asked questions. The chatbot can automatically respond to 30% of customers' stay-related questions in less than 5 minutes. For Booking.com's accommodation partners, the Booking Assistant represents a valuable time-saving innovation. The chatbot can already field many easy-to-answer questions, eliminating the need for customers to reach out to the property directly for clarification, with the benefits only increasing as topic identification becomes more sophisticated. What other resources are there for you from Booking.com? We're always here to help you with any questions that arise through a variety of communication channels. Take a look at our Partner Help Center. We've created this Help Center with you and your questions in mind. Our articles cover the most relevant topics to partners, and we're constantly updating this based on your feedback. Get help from fellow Booking.com partners. The Partner Forum is a dedicated space for you to reach out to other partners, ask for advice, and get tips that can grow your business. Reach out to customer service teams. For your more specific questions, you may reach our customer support teams, supported in 42 languages. The line is available 24/7 in English. Post-stay, improving the guest experience. A positive guest experience means a positive review, and reviews are one of the most important factors for potential guests. Loyalty is spread through personal stories. When customers read a review online, they're looking for personal insights that help them imagine themselves in the experience. These reviews are the primary source of information when it comes to selecting a place to stay. As guests share travel stories, positive reviews pile up and pay dividends over time, bringing new guests to your property. How do we make sure your reviews are authentic? We verify all our reviews before publishing to make sure only guests who actually stayed there share their opinion. These published reviews help you build a reliable online reputation, meaning travelers quickly start to feel more confident in booking your property. Booking.com verifies all the reviews to provide a genuine platform in order to showcase the partner properties for future guests, ensure genuine feedback, and well-informed decisions. We want to make sure you benefit from having plenty of published guest reviews to help you attract more guests. But if you do receive a critical review, how can you use this information to improve the guest experience? One of the best ways to improve the guest experience is using the feedback left by your guests. Guest reviews are a treasure trove of information about your property. Using the extranet, you can get quick, free insights into ways you can improve the guest experience. For example, analyze reviews per category to find out specific improvements you can make. For example, adding a happy hour to your bar if you get feedback that the drinks are too expensive. You can also just view your overall review score by category to see your weakest and strongest areas. For example, if your Wi-Fi gets low marks, consider investing in a high-speed provider. We all want to get positive reviews from guests. However, negative reviews are important too, as our data shows that they bring authenticity to our guest reviews, making them seem more objective. In fact, many customers will trust a review score of 9.7, for example, over a perfect 10 because it seems more reliable. Plus, a 9.7 means there is still some room for improvement. Always good if you're ambitious. But don't worry about dealing with too many negative reviews. We've seen that 8 out of 10 guest reviews are positive. And if you do get a negative review, we've got some tips on how to handle them. The way you respond to reviews can be the first thing potential guests notice on your property page. Here's how to respond, even if it's a negative review. Follow the 5-minute rule. How you respond to a negative review tells potential guests more about you and your property than the review itself ever could. Before you start typing, take 5 minutes to consider what you really want to say. It's totally natural to feel an emotional response, so give yourself the time to process everything and decide on the best way to handle the guest complaint. Keep it short. Make sure your replies are concise and straight to the point. Be personal. It's easy to reply to all the positive reviews with a simple copy and pasted thank you, but it's much more sincere if you take the time to respond to your guest reviews individually. Maybe pick out a couple of the points made and mention those specifically. Personalization is even more important when it comes to the negative reviews, but more on those below. Every time one of your guests has a great experience, they share their story with their friends and family or in a review that's read online by people around the world. These experiences are what creates loyalty to your brand and keeps customers coming back for more. It has a sort of snowball or rippling out effect as positive word about your property spreads across the channels. We hope our strategies outlined in this presentation are of use to you. In summary, we recommend you 1. Use data to create a single customer review. 2. Improve the end-to-end journey for this customer profile. 3. Set the right expectations and make sure to deliver. And 4. Leverage guest reviews for improving the guest experience. Any questions? That is the end of the presentation. Thank you so much for joining. If you have any questions, please feel free to submit them via your extranet inbox. Thank you so much and see you next time.